You may have seen stories, headlines about Rachel Zegler suing South Park for $100 million. Thought to yourself, why is Rachel Zegler suing South Park for $1 million? Did they make an episode about Rachel Zegler? Well, I can't seem to find one. Rachel Zegler having a breakdown after South Park mocks Disney. 2.5 million views this video got. I never heard anything about it. Well, we've got some interesting stories here about that. By the way, folks, the American dream is under attack. This video sponsor is PDS Debt. And hardworking patrons like you are being crushed under mountains of debt. Why? Because creditors love debt. They want you to be stuck in their high interest trap. They want you to be drowning in student loans, credit card debt, and skyrocketing mortgage rates. Because when you're broke, you're controllable. So what do? Take control, fight back. And that starts with PDS Debt. They've helped hundreds of thousands of people live debt-free. PDS Debt goes beyond the numbers to understand your unique financial situation and craft personalized design plan just for you. There's no minimum credit score required. They're here to help you save more, pay off debt faster, and start putting money back in the bank. PDS Debt is A+ rated on Better Business Bureau, boasts thousands of 5-star reviews on Google, and holds a 5-star rating on Trustpilot. Why? Because PDS has helped hundreds of thousands of people get out of debt. I remember what it was like when I got out of college. Every one of my credit cards was maxed. It was a nightmare. You're 30 seconds away from being debt-free. Get your free assessment and find the best solution at pdsdebt.com/quartering. That's pdsdebt.com/quartering. pdsdebt.com/quartering. Link also in the description. Let's go to this story. So if you see these videos, Rachel Zegler breaks down after South Park mocks Disney's woke whatever. 2.5 million views. Rachel Zegler demands South Park episode be banned after getting, 1.7 million views. South Park responds to a $100 million lawsuit from Rachel Zegler. South Park creators react to Rachel Zegler suing $100 million defamation suit. Rachel Zegler rages as South Park destroys woke Snow White. Rachel Zegler loses it after South Park roasts Snow White, 800,000 views. Rachel Zegler Snow White gets owned by South Park. Do you know what every one of these videos have in common? Not only are these stories completely false, but the videos are AI slop. When I tell you like AI slop, I'm saying absolute trash. Like if I pull up one of these videos, this is what's killing YouTube. And they're using Rachel Zegler to do it. Let's go to this one. Rachel Zegler breaks down after South Park. Okay, let's see. Let's see if I can find it. Rachel Zegler breaks down. After South Park. Has it been removed? Here it is. 2.5 million views.
Nothing has brought me greater joy than watching the Walt Disney Company absolutely panic over the last few weeks. They're mad at South Park because they're making fun of their woke ideologies, constantly race swapping or religion swapping everything in their movies.
It's a brand new
but it's really not about the love.
To prove a point by making a special South Park episode where they've race and gender swapped the main characters, and they're showing exactly how ridiculous it is by really playing up the satire of it. Comedy Central is very well known for its attempting to settle things in a meeting in order to make sure that this doesn't hurt Disney too much and that South Park stops mocking them in the future.
It's 100% fake. Like Rachel Zegler is garbage, but this is the future of YouTube. Like actual news. You thought clickbait was bad? Wait till it's all replaced with AI slop. South Park is waging an all-out war on woke Disney and winning, according to fans of the show, whose Facebook feeds are full of African children building fruit statues of Jesus on their birthdays. 18 months ago, South Park gave conservative culture warriors a favorite rallying cry, put a chick in it and make her gay. With that streaming special, South Park joining the Pandaverse, in classic both sides are equally stupid South Park fashion, Trey Parker and Matt Stone used this special to skewer the perceived shift towards wokeness within the Disney movie empire, as well as a backlash from right-wing Carmen-esque keyboard warriors. But as is often the case in the South Park fandom, millions of viewers chose to focus exclusively on the former cultural critique, deciding that South Park was officially on the side of grown men who spend 6 hours a day tweeting obscenities at black actors, casts, and kid movies. Now, this is where, this is why this is important. Sure, like this is obviously a complete fake narrative, but what's going to happen when these videos are just pumped out 100 in a day, 200, 300, 10,000 in a day? It's going to squeeze actual creators out. That's why I've dedicated so much time to my live stream. Like, yeah, I shill a lot of stuff, but like my live stream is the last bastion I have against this AI slop. And it won't be long until live streamers are replaced by AI too. And like, we're talking in the next 5 years. Like, I've completely changed my spending habits. Because YouTube, is pushing this. I'm calling on, I hope Rumble will ban all AI videos unless they are clearly AI. They've marked as AI. The emergence of joining the Pandaverse is unintentional. The emergence, with conservative call to action coinciding with the rise of AI-powered misinformational clickbait content. This created an ecosystem of computer-generated slop videos on YouTube that generate hundreds of thousands of views per post from anti-woke South Park fans who in the past ages of the internet would have sent their entire life savings to many displaced princesses in Nigeria. With their fabricated slop videos, these AI algorithm chasers, specifically targeting Rachel Zegler, star of the snowflake triggering live-action Disney film. Obviously, this is on Cracked. They're a leftoid, outlet, but I'm more interested in the AI stuff. Here's just a few insane thumbnails that South Park fans continue to click on. So I went through all those, right? According to many lengthy, monetized, and entirely misinformative YouTube videos, currently racking up 6 to 7 figure view counts, South Park dissed Zegler in her performance as Snow White. The actress then had multiple crying meltdowns, sued Trey Parker and Matt Stone for $100 million, lost the suit, then cried again when South Park creators told her proudly, "We don't give enough." Since apparently needs clarifying, literally none of this has ever happened. South Park never directly satirized Snow White remake or Zegler personally. The online right's least favorite movie star has never publicly commented on any South Park episode, joke, or portrayal, including woke Disney takedown of South Park and joining the Pandaverse. This thing is, again, do I think clickbait is bad? Yes. Have I engaged in it in the past? Yes. I've tried to get better. I'm trying to get better on that. But let's not pretend that it's only right-wing South Park fans that are watching these AI slop videos. I've seen numerous AI slop videos about Trump. Trump had a mini stroke. Trump is this. Look at this. And they all have the same cringy voiceover AI voice. And it's a bunch of semi-related clips. And people just click and just consume and consume and consume and consume. But like the idea that I don't care about competing with AI in terms of live stream, but in terms of standalone videos, it's good. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying it's an absolute fact that it's going to take a significant market share away from traditional creators. And it's actually far better for platforms like YouTube to push AI videos. I talk about this in a separate video that YouTube has started using AI. Like Google has completely destroyed websites with AI overview. The traffic that like mom and pop single user, people run human run websites. The traffic they get from Google now is almost nothing because nobody goes past the AI overview. Well, guess who integrated that? YouTube. So now YouTube has AI overview for a lot of questions people may. This is going to destroy the how-to. This is going to destroy the how-to. And by the way, YouTube is also using all of your videos without your consent to train their own AI. So what's the long form of this? What's the long end game of this? YouTube will be creating their own videos and monetizing their own videos, and they will have done so after training them off of creative videos. That's the end game here. Yeah, it's funny to make fun of Rachel Zegler. You see Rachel Zegler reveals herself to be a massive hypocrite on social media. But this is the end game. YouTube's just going to create their own videos that they created, training their own AI. And they're just going to push creators out so they don't have to pay. That's the end game of this. And, it's why you see people like, hey, join the quartering.com, become a member, talk to actually me. That's why that stuff is more important than ever right now. But I promise you some hilarious Rachel Zegler stuff. Zegler came into an immense amount of criticism in the lead up to the Snow White thanks to a series of absurd, off-putting remarks. She demonized the original Disney film, all-time classic, for being weird and outdated. Another 4 years of hatred leading us toward... this is somebody who... She whined about people being mean to her online, but she does the same crap. She had an unhinged meltdown wishing, terrible things for half of this country. But then she said, she did this interview with a British magazine, ID, and said, social media's been really mean to me. Well, don't you think that you get what you put out there? I can't complain that people are mean to me online because I've put out a lot of mean videos in my day. But her to whine and complain about an alarming amount of online hate, like, sister, you used a massive platform to say half of this country is garbage. Like, maybe look inward. Just a thought.